Hey class, Mr. Lessard here. Hope all is going well. I would like to take a look at a piece, a classical piece today. This is a piece that, for those of you looking for a challenge and you've been keeping up with your note reading and just pressing ahead, you're a practicer. This will be a great piece for you to try to get all the way through. For those of you for whom this might be a little bit too much of a challenge, I'm just going to ask you to get part of the way through. So step one, I need you to go below the video to the description. There is a link to this piece. It's Etude number 1 by Matteo Carcassi. Click on that link, print out the piece, or at least have it up on your screen. It's more important that you're looking at the music than that you're looking at the video. So go ahead and do that. Pause the video, open up the link, print it out. You'll notice there's two versions of this piece on that link. One version is without tablature and one version is with tablature. I don't think you're going to need the tablature for as far as we're going to get today. But there are some parts that get pretty high up on the fretboard later on. So if you're going to learn the whole piece and some of the fingerings don't quite make sense to you, go ahead and print it out with the tablature. All right? So go ahead and do that. Click on the link, print it out. I'll wait. Here we go. All right. So there's two ways for you to do this piece. I'm going to give you two options. One way is to do it with a pick. If you use the pick, I want you to do alternate picking. Okay, that's very important. In fact, I would rather you do it slowly and take your time and struggle with it and get this down up rhythm going, rather than just kind of whiz through it and not even think about that. So slow, steady, accurate, down, up, down, up. Now there are a couple measures later on that we're not going to get to today, in which the down and up you don't need to worry about. You can just do what we call sweep picking, just all down. So not going to get to that today, like I said, but just in case you get that far, if you take a look at measure 29, for example, measure 29, those are all notes in the same direction, okay? So this is just for those who are going to get ahead. And if you're using a pick, just do all down, since all four notes are in this direction, okay? Same thing with measure 30. Sorry, a little out of tune. Okay. All right, so measures like that, in fact, quite a few measures there starting at 29, you will do all down plucks. However, for what we are going to be doing today, I would like to do all alternate picking. Please do down, up, okay? Let's take a look at this. Measure 1, down, up. So we've got two C's there. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Basically a C scale, right? Or it is a C scale. Starting on that C, then going to this C, and then it's just a C scale down to this C. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now you don't have to keep up with me. I'd rather you looking at the music, kind of understanding what I'm talking about, and then go practice it on your own. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's measure 1 up to the first note of measure 2. Measure 2, same thing. We ended with a down, so your open E should be an up. Down, up, down, up. Now, why the third note of second measure? Why the pinky D instead of the third D? Third finger D like normal? Because you just used your third finger D here for the bass note. The fourth finger is close and ready to go. Okay, all of that, down, up. I'll do it slow motion, down, up, 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 down, up. Now measure 4, pinky, F sharp please. Notice how my pinky, by the way, is not stretched out, having to reach, because I have great hand position, right? Isn't that beautiful? Nice straight wrists, curved fingers, spread out over the fingerboard, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, measure 7, I would like to make a correction here. Beat 3, so these are eighth notes, right? 1 and 2 and 3. Beat 3 is an A. It says third finger on that A. Use second finger on that A. You're plenty done with the bass note by then, and that's just much more natural, especially considering you don't want to do 3 here and then 3 there, right? So 2, open, 3 on the F natural. Okay, measure 7 down. Measure 8. Now, measure 8, we're going to go up into 5th position. First 3 notes are in 1st position. Open E. And then, 2nd finger in 5th position. Now, if I'm in 5th position, that means 2nd finger would be on what fret? The 6th fret. Okay, so. All right. You may want to practice that several times over to get a nice smooth transition up to 5th position. Till it's nice and comfortable and natural for you. And then you go on. So that F on the 2nd string, 6th fret, right? And then G, same string, 2 frets higher with the pinky. And then the first note of measure 10 is where I'm going to stop the video for today. I am going to go and talk about the right hand fingers, so we're not quite done. But as far as how far we're getting in the music, let's just stop at that first note of measure 10, which is C. Okay? On the 8th fret of the 1st string. So. All right, give me 1 second here. All right, my little dog was missing me and scratching at the door, and she doesn't take no for an answer, so I have to let her in. You go that way, and let's continue. All right, so I love my dog. All right, so. Okay, so there you go with the pick. Now, with the fingers, thumb is going to be reserved for our bass notes on beat 1. Measure 8 is going to be all alternating with the others except for that G on beat 3. But otherwise, pretty much everything is going to be like this. Thumb, and then M-I, M-I. Now remember, you got your letters there, right? These are from the Spanish, so thumb is P, index is I, middle is M, ring is A. So whenever you see a P, use your thumb. Whenever you see an I, use your index. Whenever you see an M, you use your middle. So it's thumb, middle, index, middle, index, middle, index, middle, thumb. That needs to be as consistent and as focused on as the alternate picking with the pick. Right? Don't just throw any old finger down there and think, oh, it sounds good. A large part of what we're doing here is getting you ready for more difficult music, and you want to get these fingers trained to go in the right order, okay? So again, working on that transition. Now here, this is a tough measure if you're not used to using your fingers. You've got a lot to think about. Thumb, middle, index, middle, index. So got to be thinking about which right hand fingers am I using? What, am I using the right left hand fingers? Am I getting that transition to fifth position smoothly? So again, make a little exercise out of this. Alright, beautiful little piece. I like this. It's fun. Alright, hold on. Alright, go on, sweetheart. Alright. Spoiled little dog. Here we go. Let me try again. Okay, notice I put some musical touches in there. Maybe it wasn't spectacular, but some crescendos, some growing in volume. So from measure 1 to measure 2 to measure 3, definitely I would do a crescendo, right? Because we have a general upward motion. Even though the measures themselves are going down, measure 2 starts on a higher note than measure 1. Measure 3, again, starts on a higher note. So we have a little growing in intensity there. Sorry, F sharp. Same thing. All right, so have fun with this. I think the next video we'll go into some of the other parts, but I'll be happy if you guys just get up to measure 10, the first note. Some of you will be itching to go on the rest of it, and we'll get to that. You guys take care. Thanks.